New Chinese tariffs are hitting the United States today as this global trade war largely narrows down to two countries. That comes after President Trump backed down from a number of new U.S. tariffs yesterday, causing markets to soar, at least temporarily. Fox's Doug Luzader joins us live from Washington, D.C. Doug, make it make sense for us, please. Good morning.
Good morning. Well, that baseline tariff, the 10% that the president instituted, remains in place, but those higher reciprocal tariffs, as the White House were calling them, have been put on pause for 90 days. And investors yesterday were very happy to hear that. For the first time in days, that sound ushered in a celebration. Wall Street had a very good day after President Trump reversed course on many of his new tariffs.
Well, I thought that people were jumping a little bit out of line. They were getting yippy, you know? They were getting a little bit yippy, a little bit afraid.
U.S. markets posted some of their biggest single-day gains ever, and investors had been yippy for days, with Wall Street having posted big losses over the president's new tariffs that had promised to upend global markets.
It was incredible, the scale and scope of the calls that we received.
The White House officials said so many countries wanted to negotiate over new reciprocal U.S. tariffs that the president decided to pause them for 90 days. But China is the big exception after it had retaliated with new tariffs of its own. That country is now facing U.S. tariffs of 125%, and that will impact both countries. Democrats piled on the president.
He is reeling, he is retreating, and that is a good thing.
Meantime, on Capitol Hill, the other big item on the president's to-do list hit a big snag. House Republicans were unable to move forward on what the president calls his big, beautiful budget bill, forcing GOP leaders to regroup.
And for all those in the media who doubt us, you continue to doubt us, and we continue to deliver, and we will again.
Okay, and we may see a vote on this. In fact, we expect to see a vote on this in the House later this morning. The House Speaker thinks that he has enough Republicans in line to get this done, despite some Republican concerns about the size of this budget, the fact that there weren't steeper cuts. And in the meantime, we keep an eye on the markets. They are down right now as Wall Street gives back some of the big gains from yesterday, but they are not down today more than they gained yesterday. So over this two-day period, we're still up for now. Adina.
And we know that President Trump is a market watcher. He's a Wall Street kind of guy. Is that what triggered him to change his mind, perhaps? Do we know?
Well, certainly the White House would have known that there would be losses on the markets because of these tariffs. And investors were certainly concerned about this. Company CEOs were concerned about it. But they may have been steeper losses than perhaps the White House bargained for. Plus, there were a number of influential money types who, while supporting President Trump, expressed some misgivings about some of these tariffs, and all of this may have combined to get the president to put this on pause. Now, the White House will tell you that this was strategic, that they have, in essence, kind of isolated China in all of this, but clearly the market reaction over recent days was pretty severe on the downside.
And Doug, what do we look for next to happen with this tariff story? Where do we go from here?
Well, that may be the reason why Wall Street is down today. There was some exuberance yesterday, the fact that this 90-day pause went into effect, but then, maybe kind of a sobering reality today, which is what happens at the end of that 90-day period. I mean, will they effectively cut trade deals with, 70 or so nations? And, the fact that tariffs still remain in place with China, and we're talking significant tariffs. 125% is how we're tariffing incoming Chinese goods. China is tariffing U.S. goods at an 84% rate. Those are very, very high levels.
All right. Doug, thank you for everything, helping us understand all these happenings. It's moving fast over there, so thank you. We'll see you soon.
Thanks, Nina.